A couple weeks ago, I got to see the movie Gone Girl, which was based off the book on the same title. In basically, the premise of the story is a husband finds out that his wife is missing, and for some odd reason, evidence is pointing to him that he has something to do with her disappearance and possible murder. And so he has to figure out a way to clear his name. Where in reality, his wife is very much alive and well. It seems that she's trying to get back at him because of their failed marriage. This movie stars Tyler Perry, Ben Affleck, and Rosamund Pike. And good movie. I'm not trashing the movie, I got nothing against the cast. Like, they did awesome, especially Rosamund Pike. The first time I saw her was 2005's video game, live action video game, was movie adaptation of a hit video game called Doom. And she played one of the scientists. Well, she did a phenomenal job in this one. I've also seen her in Wrath of the Titans, but this woman, I would love to see her again as a villain. It also turns out in the very end, the villain won. I mean, I kind of liked how it worked out like that. But the thing of it is, I know it's a movie. Don't get me wrong, I know it's a movie. But movies at times take a reflection in life. Of course, like my mom always says, if it didn't happen like that, then it wouldn't be a movie. Which is true. But the thing of it is, the main reason why she did what she did, Amy, the character Amy, the reason why Amy did what she did to her husband Nick was because her husband was not being faithful to her and wasn't being a good husband. Well, apparently they talked about having kids, but it was never the right time, and she thought if they had a child that it would save their marriage. Nick said no. We are not going to be those couples that bring a child into the world to save a marriage, which is true because that's wrong. Because when that child grows up, the child's going to find out, wow, I was a product in what could have saved my parents' marriage rather than a human being brought into this world because both of my parents loved each other and they wanted me. Not, I was a product to try and save their marriage, which that's very, very wrong. Most people who feel like bringing a child into the world to try to save their marriage is clearly, children are people. And then they are also human beings above all. And they deserve to be treated as such. So any person who feels like, oh, well, we should need to have a kid to save our marriage, you need to hit the door, because that's wrong. That is very, very wrong. But as the movie continues, you kind of find out more why she's doing what she's doing. And reality is, it's just egotistical narcissism. I mean, if you were that unhappy in your marriage, why didn't you put your big girl panties on and say, I want a divorce? Nick says he didn't want a divorce because he didn't want to wind up like him and his sister's dad, Margot Rogo. They didn't want to be like he didn't want to be like his dad. But let's get real here. I mean, you were not happy with your relationship. 5 years. Some say if you're starting to have the taste of the 7-year itch way before the 7-year itch, then it's probably time to hit the road. I mean, if they wanted to save the marriage, they could have gone to counseling. So many different things they could have done. But reality is, she was just egotistical. Like, no, he's not going to win. We get divorced, and he gets to be happy, and he's going to win? No fucking way. That's narcissistic, egotistical, and sociopath, which she proved to be all of these three things. And in the end, not that you feel bad for Nick, but you kind of understand his predicament. It's like he leaves, everyone goes against him, when really she's the real villain of the story. To me, I always feel like if you're really that unhappy with the marriage, then get divorced. If they bring religion to, oh, it's against God's will, like this or that. I'm like, really? So it's against God's will for me to be happy? I'm sorry, it's not working out. I'm leaving out the door. I do not care. I don't want to be married to you. I'm sure there's ways to get divorced with you without having your signature. I'm gone. I don't play that crap. No. But I'm not married, so I don't have to worry about that. But if it ever did happen, bye-bye. I'm gone. I don't care. But yeah, if Amy felt that Nick was a bad husband, and he was a bad husband, I mean, come on. Throwing it in her face whenever she had a prenup, things like that. He goes, what's the only thing he can throw at you? Are you kidding me? Clearly you're not happy in the marriage either. So do each other a favor, do yourselves a favor, and get divorced. Like I said, I know it's a movie. And like my mom always says, if that happened like that, it wouldn't be a movie. But it is true. I mean, like, Amy's like, oh, he took all my money. Really? You had a lot of cash. That could have easily gotten you anywhere. But, yeah. Like I said, it's a movie. It's a movie, but it's just like, dang. And people actually do that. Do that. Maybe not to the extent how the movie did it, but people do that. But like I said, Gone Girl is a good movie. Good psychological thriller. I mean, you end up rooting for Nick more than you do Amy, but like you kind of root for the two. You root for the two because you understand both sides of the views. But then again, at the same time, I don't see why giving Nick a possible death penalty for a murder that didn't happen like that. But like I said, it's a good movie. I loved it. Watched it so many times. Yeah, but it's just like, you ain't happy, you ain't happy. Nothing wrong with that. That's a normal human emotion. But yeah, Gone Girl. If you guys have not seen it, watch it. It's a good movie. It's a good movie.